All right, I'm looking at another fibble. This is the game that's just like Wordle, but on every row, one of the clues is a lie. They're starting us with human. Is there something M-U-N we could do? Oh, well, human would be good, except the U is in the same spot. Otherwise that would work, because we can't do the U and the M as lies. But so we could do an un something with another N. We'd have to have an H, M, or unban, maybe? Nice, okay. So one of the N's is a lie, so there's definitely no A, and there definitely is a U. But there's not two N's, so we can't do, if the U is at the beginning, we can't do the N there and there. We could do the N here and not a second N, and that could be the lie in human then, the N. Something. We can't do the A, so untip. We can't do uncap, unbox. No, we can't do the B. Unlit? Unlit. Okay, well, one of these U's is a lie, so there's no N. So that's the lie. These are all true. And if the U at the beginning is true, then the the L would be true, and we'd need to have a B, which I don't think is going to work. So I think this is true, and there's a U somewhere else. And then we could have, we'd have to have an I or a T then. So something like this, or no, the U can't be second. Okay, let's go back. So either the U is there and there's a B, or there's a U. Oh, the L isn't necessarily true. The L could be the lie. That's my problem. Okay, the L could be the lie. I think the L is good, because otherwise we've got to have this and a U and then an I and a T, and I don't think that's going to work. So I think the L is the lie. Probably. So it might be that all we have is a U. We've just got a U. Let's do something with a U there and new letters. We could still do an L somewhere else potentially though. Pluck would be good. Pluck is good. Okay. Well, one of the L's is a lie, but we already knew there was a U. But well, one of the the L or the U, one of those two has to be a lie, and one of these two has to be a lie. So does that tell us anything? Does that mean that this has to be a lie? Can this be true? If that's true, no, it can't. If this is true, these two are both lies. So that actually can't be true. The green L cannot be true, which means this is definitely a lie, which means that's true. Okay, so it is the U. We could have an L still. We'd have to, it could be this. We could do CLU, we can't do clump, we can't do clung, we can't do clubs, we can't do, we could do clues. See if we get any clues from that. Okay, well, again, one of these uses a lie. There's no L. There is a C. There is a C. CRU is possible? No, we can't do the C and the U as lies. If we do UE, then the C, that makes the C true here and here. So the C would probably be second, but more importantly, then we need a P or a K. So that's not going to work. I don't think the green U can be true, which means the yellow U has to be true, because we know there is a U. So now if the E were true, it would have to be EU at the end, so the E is probably not true. Okay, so we've got to see, we could still have UE. We could do CUE. We have to have a C. I'm thinking maybe there's no E, because we need to have a C, and it's just not working. The C is second. Oh, we could do S, but then the E would have to be. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, CU something, new letters otherwise. Oh, we could still have an E, just not there. Recur. Okay. Okay, we're getting somewhere now. Occur? Occur. Oh, man. All right. It's just I wasn't finding what I needed to find. I pretty much kind of knew what was going on most of the time, I felt like, as far as what was lies and what was truth. But I just wasn't finding the right positions for the letters, so. All right, got there in 6 today. Not too bad. Let me know how your solve went. And of course, be sure to subscribe for more.